Hello and welcome back to Voxterra. Today, the Biden administration announced plans to relieve up to $20,000 in student loan debt. But what I want you to note first of all is that this debt relief is what's called, quote, targeted. The U.S. Department of Education will provide up to $20,000 in debt cancellation to Pell Grant recipients and up to $10,000 in debt cancellation to non-Pell Grant recipients. And here's one of the targets. Borrowers are eligible for this relief if their individual income is less than $125,000 or $250,000 for households. Now contrast this idea of targeting for those who, quote, really need it with what Bernie Sanders called for at his website: guarantee tuition and debt-free public colleges. Cancel all student loan debt. Now contrast that with Mitch McConnell, who called this, quote, socialism. Here using socialism for the stand-in for the word bad. Well, as Martin Luther King pointed out, we already have, quote, socialism for the rich, close quote. An example of that would be the defense industry, where the largely publicly funded industry, where its CEO's average salary compensation is around $20 million. Other examples could be the auto bailout, the bank bailout, and so on, and the list really never ends. Now, this Biden versus Bernie difference gets us to the heart of universal benefits, as Bernie was calling for, versus targeted or needs-based benefits. Now, this debate of universal versus needs-based goes back in time. Franklin Delano Roosevelt with the New Deal brought us Social Security, which we all pay into, we all get out of when we hit a certain age. Contrastingly, Lyndon Baines Johnson with the Great Society brought us food stamps, which we all pay into and some get out of. Now, many will criticize universal programs, as I heard Hillary Clinton and Pete Buttigieg do when they were criticizing Bernie Sanders during the debates of 2016 and 2020, respectively, making comments like, why should we all pay for the education of some rich kids? Well, here is why. Universal programs like Social Security become universally defended. They provide actual Social Security because it's more reliable. We can count on it. It's not a never-ending battle. Needs-based programs often come with a feeling of this isn't fair. Just because somebody's making $1 more now, that person's not going to get it. They become resentful. Needs-based programs come under constant and repeated attack, therefore providing society with less of a floor, less security. What does any of that have to do with the long-term survival of our species? Well, you're free to disagree with me on this one, that it really does, but here's why I think it does. Our society is largely stressed out. We're worried, how are we going to fit into this consumerist rat race? What's my place? How do I earn a living? How do I make money? But if we could step back and look at this rat race and what it's really doing, well, it looks to me like it's largely just steering our efforts, our life's creativity, our life's work in the meeting of short-term consumer purchases, with little regard or no regard for the long-term survival of our species and little regard for the environmental consequences. We're being kept busy producing disposable products, designed for obsolescence products, throw away this and throw away that is pumping our biosphere full of greenhouse gases and carcinogens. I think the only way, or I think the best way the public could sort of step back and see the big picture is if we took some pressure off of their backs, our backs. Well, hey, I hope you found this video helpful, interesting, and if so, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. You're clicking that like button, the notification bell, comments, supporting at Patreon, as Belle Lagrissi and Environmental Coffee House have done, would be appreciated as well. And until next time, and as always, peace be with you.